Hey guys, today I have something very special for you. Last week, on the date of recording this, was the regional in Paris, and some of my friends went there. I couldn't, I had some store regionals to attend to, but he managed to get first with his favorite deck, Gallantmon. I will give you the deck profile on it, and he told me about his games, and I must say he played out of his mind. I will put the matchups in the end again, but I just want to say he didn't have easy matchups. So round 1 was the Mirror, round 2 was Royal Knights, he lost that one. Round 3 was Red Purple Imperial, round 4 was against Appmon, round 5 and 6 were Sequoiamon, round 7 Megidra, round 8 Royal, and then came the top cut. In the top cut he played against Royal again, followed by Levia, followed by Mastermon out of nowhere, and the final match was against Megidramon, and he got first place, so he won all of these. So let's check the deck. Let's try a different angle. So he had a different approach for Gallantmon than I used to see. So we start off by the Digitamas. We have the Gigimon, the BT12 one, which increased deletion by 1000 DP for every effect, not just the Digimon one, and he said it came clutch a lot of the times. Most of the time he used it for Wargreymon X. It will delete 10k, but with Digimon Inherit it will delete 11k, which gets rid of most Royal Knights like Jesmon and Leopardmon if someone plays that. But most importantly, it gets rid of Medieval Gallantmon. So he can secure he get an unsuspend with Gallant X. So that's the Digitama. Following the Digitama we have of course Gilmon X 4 times. Best searcher for the deck. Speaking of searcher, we have EX2 Gilmon. And last but not least, BT21 Gilmon, the new one. I don't want to interrupt too much, but just to emphasize on the Digitama again, Gilmon EX2 Inherit says it deletes something with 3k. And you want the board to be clear, so your Gallantmon X will definitely unsuspend and burn security. And some matchups, it's really important to delete higher Digimon. So with the Digitama and this Gilmon, you will delete 4k DP Digimons, which in this matter are Omegamon, not the new one, the old one, but it will still get rid of it. And most champions, like without their X form, they only have 4k DP. So 4k is a good threshold to be able to delete. On to the champions, the ones which are probably no surprise and makes Megidramon one rampant is a Greymon X. And after that we have starter deck Greymon, and last but not least the BT17 Greymon. Greymon X explains itself. It cycles a card, it floats into a Gilmon and has a good Inherit, which comes up quite a lot. He is super strong, and like I said before, the reason why Megidramon is so strong right now. Greymon, this ST1, it's basically the same Inherit than Greymon X antibody, and if you stack 2 of those, you gain a lot of memory. So you have a lot of memory gain if the opponent has a Digimon you can delete. So you incentivize your opponent to not have a Digimon, but some decks cannot have no Digimon, like Royal Knights. And if the opponent has no Digimon, Gallantmon X can just go rampant with his effect because it's unhindered. It can just unsuspend. You have to play around the memory gain, but it's not something Gallantmon cannot fix. The interesting one is probably this Greymon instead of the newer ones which play Takato. We'll get to it later, but this deletes 4k or less. Like I said, deletion again. With the Gigimon it's 5k, so it will delete Omegamons, the new ones. And if it does not delete, you get a DP bonus, which can be very helpful depending on the matchup you're facing. Like I said, Royal Knights has 16k DP. Gallant X most likely gets over it, but sometimes you just need a little bit of DP to get over more stuff, like let's say double buff the Magna X or something. Level 5s, no surprise here. We have 8 level 5s. It's Wargreymon X, and BT12 War Gallantmon. There's like most lists just run these two for obvious reasons. Most matchups is find War Gallantmon X to execute your OTK and the DP boost and the protection from bounce and bottom deck. It's against Royal Knights especially. It's like find War Gallantmon X or bust. War Gallantmon X is so strong, that's why it's maxed out. And you need a War Gallantmon for it. And the second best, or the best War Gallantmon is the BT12 one, which lets you evolve cheaper into your Gallantmons for one less on evolution if you don't delete something. If you delete something, you have a lot of memory gain inherit, so it's a win-win. On to the level 6, which will most likely surprise you. We only run 4 Gallantmon X, 1 promo Gallantmon, and 1 medieval Gallantmon. So no BT17 Gallantmon or 18, I forgot. None of this, just the X and those two. Could have guessed by seeing this lineup. We play the X antibody option card, so you don't lose on any specific benefits on Gallantmon X antibody. So you are not forced to play Gallantmon. The BT12 War Gallantmon lets you evolve into Gallantmon in names, so Gallantmon X antibody is okay. And with X antibody in, you don't lose any beneficial effects. Gallantmon, the promo is so strong, so versatile, just very, very good. It is, I don't want to say it's stronger than BT13 Gallantmon, but he's easier to use, for example, in like traditional stacking decks. But you can use him while you have a board, which gives you like the little bit of extra reach you might need. Medieval Gallantmon is just very good in itself, has a lot of synergy because he has Gallantmon in his name, and he is very, very clutch against the Royal Knights matchup. That's why we decided to go with Medieval Gallantmon instead of BT13 Gallantmon. Lastly, the strongest finisher in the game right now, Omnimon X Antibody. There's just nothing to say about him. He's just really, really strong. Omnimon X Antibody is just the new Blitz Omni. He is red, so he's even searchable. And most of the time, the combos he finished the game was you have Gallantmon X Antibody with a lot of DP, play this for 0 by deleting him, swing, and then X Antibody on top for that extra little bit of reach. Because Gallantmon has rush in itself, and Omnimon X Antibody gives rush end of turn, so you generate 2 extra strings if you didn't even depleted every security with Gallantmon X Antibody already. So it's like more of an OTK style, which you could have guessed by the setup of Digimon. So one Gilmon X, Gromon X, Gallantmon X Antibody, War Gallantmon X, and Omnimon X. So it's just a natural fit to run Cool Boy and X Antibody, because Cool Boy searches half of the deck. If you manage to find the X Antibody, it's even a +1. Cool Boy just costs 2 and is such obnoxious draw and memory gain engine. It's really hard to choke X Antibody players if they use Cool Boy. They can just randomly print 3 memory out of thin air. As you can see, this deck does not run Takato, it's just Cool Boy and X Antibodies. He went a step ahead and was thinking, why would he need Takato? He gives Blitz, or at least lets you attack when your memory gauge is over. But if it never gets over, you can just attack manually, and you can, at least you have to bounce the memory bar on 0 for the Gallantmon X protection. But that's easily manageable if you can just manipulate with the Cool Boys, the X Antibodies, the way you delete stuff, when you delete stuff. So that's not impossible. And we do not run Crimson mode. That's why we most definitely won't need the Blitz effect of any Takatos. So he just went with the Cool Boys because Cool Boy fetches half the deck. Takato does not fetch any deck. Frankly, he is not searchable, but Takato is with the Gilmon. EX2 and training, but that's about it. And Coolboy just costs 2 and is way easier to set up instead of setting up Takato. And while not playing Takato, you freeze the level 4 spaces, which you could add the Gallantmon ST one, which was important to him, and the DP gaining one, which was also very important to him. And Gallantmon X is strong anyway, so you don't have to commit on the board with the Gallantmon to cheat out a Takato if you don't play Takato in the first place. On to the options. Like I said, this is more of an OTK variant, so there's a lot of setup options. But we have Red Scramble, we have Offense Training twice, both of them twice. 4 red memory boosts because it digs deeper than training, and it's easier to bounce and manipulate memory if you have memory value and not decreasing evolution cost. And 1 guarded memory boost just because we cannot run 5 red memory boosts. There's nothing black you can fetch, just like this. Like I emphasized the whole video, this is more of an OTK variant, like Gallantmon went to be there anyway, but you put up most likely to any setup just to be at exactly 0. If you go into this combo, like you swing with Brawl or Gallantmon X, go into X antibody, and you have to be at exactly still in turn. So 0 is perfect, or 1 or 2 if you know that you will lose memory. But while performing the combo, you still have the Gallantmon inherits to think about, the Gallantmon inherits to think about. So you have to factor all those small memory gains to be at 0 or 1. Best be 0 to perform the combo. So you swing with the Gallantmon X antibody, you are already suspended, you go into Gallantmon X antibody, yes, but because you don't have blitz or something and you're already attacking, you lose out on 1 activation of his DP plus and minuses, but that's not the important part. Because you're already suspended, you can delete something of your opponent's board. Most likely there's nothing to delete because you were already deleted their Digimon, or they are too strong, which is also fine. You will burn a security, you will unsuspend, he will most likely be stronger than whatever your opponent has. He will tech for 2 checks because of Gallantmon X antibody, and you do it again, and at the end you just Omni X for game. He will also get rid of the whole board because of the X antibody. He will delete everything and bounce the last thing. So this is like your OTK way to kill, but there are way more. If you play the deck, more likely you will get to know that there's more ways to finish it, but this is the bread and butter combo he uses most of the games, but not all of the time. Huge shoutouts to him again for performing so well with the deck. He talked to me about his day 2 and he played out of his mind. All his top cut matches went most of them went game 3. I know that Megitamon went game 3, I know that Royal Knights went game 3, and he thought he was really locked in. That's what he said to me, he was locked in. But he gave a lot of thought to his deck. Just give it a try. I know how it feels to be on the receiving end, but they're like really, it's not even as frustrating like Sakuyamon. Against Sakuyamon, he was like, I was asking how he deals against Sakuyamon. He was like, Valduarm doesn't do anything to him, and his answer was, if they don't kill him, he will kill them. The only thing which ruined his day is if the Sakuyamon player plays smart and goes for double rune mode activation, like Evo it, mid-swing and delete it again, so it's minus 10k, because the way he plays against Sakuyamon, he deals all his setup and stuff, but he evolved into War Gallantmon in the Raising already, and from there he will just go and try for the OTK, because Gallantmon X antibody is unaffected by the not unsuspending part of Valduarm if it's at 0, and he is immune against the minus 5k against Rune Mode also at the 0 point mark. It's just who has the stuff kills the other one first. And against Megidramon, it was like, that was really cool to see, but in the end it came down to who found his pieces first. But he felt like he had a slight edge because he could use this Gallantmon more proficiently, because normally he doesn't mill cards, but the opponent milled himself, so this is most likely one extra swing for him if he needs it. And there are like no blowout options mostly in Megidramon, so it just came down to who got the combo first. And on this tournament, my friend got it first, so congratulations to him again, and this was his deck profile. See you in the next one.